Welcome back to New Mexico Entertainment Television, where you continue to be in the know with all things events and entertainment in New Mexico. I'm Teresa Robinson, and on this month's episode, we'll be covering topics from our April issue, which is our film issue. On this month's episode, we have Kira Sipler with the Albuquerque Film and Music Experience, actor Keith Allen West, Crystle Gallegos with 841 Horse Experiences, and the Vortex Theater. So, let's get started. Founded in 2013, the Albuquerque Film and Music Experience has become a significant force in New Mexico's creative community, providing valuable resources to filmmakers and musicians. We're happy to have Executive Director Kira Sipler to tell us more. Kira, thank you for joining me tonight to talk more about the Albuquerque Film and Music Experience, which has been around for quite a while. But for some people who might not know about it, tell us how it began.
Well, first of all, thank you for reaching out. I've been wanting to learn more about New Mexico entertainment, so thank you for this opportunity.
Thank you for being here.
So Albuquerque Film and Music started in 2012. It's been, because this is our 13th year, by Ivan Weiner. He is the founder of AFMX, and he was inspired by Robert Redford and Sybil Redford when they were talking about the possibility of a film festival here. And so Ivan ran with it. And he has been running it for 12 years. He really incorporates the live music aspect, the film festival aspect, the educational panels with students and so forth. So that's how it started. Phenomenal job. This festival is just so much fun. And just last year, I was made executive director. So thank you, Ivan.
Yeah, congratulations. So if one thing in New Mexico, the amount of film festivals that we have here is is bountiful. What was it about this one that you thought was, what was missing that you felt that this film festival provided?
It's funny because I didn't get involved with AFMX until I was actually in Seattle. And I started with, as a volunteer coordinator. COVID hit, we had to think outside of the box. And long story short is we always adapt to what's going on in the community. If it comes down to the panels, it comes down to the films that we select and so forth. It's all about, what's current, what do filmmakers and musicians need now? Yeah. So in a very selfish mood, being a screenwriter, one of the things I felt that we could do was have a screenwriting competition. So we started that last year, and it was great because I think promoting, pulling out and promoting those New Mexico content creators is really important. I mean, there's so many levels, but also the poster contest. We do a poster contest so that we can engage our creative community. So that's been successful. This is our third year doing it. We also have a pitch panel that we do, and that's been wildly successful. So those are kind of the things that kind of stand out from other festivals, I think. Yeah. But there's a lot of great festivals here in New Mexico.
And this one is coming up here in September.
In September,
so what can we expect for this year's festival?
For this, I can't tell you so much.
I know. Just give me a little something,
Well, right now we're going through our film submissions, and we're actually cultivating some musicians as well, because music is another thing that separates us. But we want to focus more on center stage panels about how film and music intertwine. So whether or not that's a songwriting, if that's a music score, and so forth. So outside of the live performance, we want to talk about the creative process of it. So that's one thing we're working on. Of course, continuing with our contests and really bringing in more live performances, especially from local performers.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Right.
And I know there's not just the film festival. You guys have year-round events. Yes. Tell us a little bit more about some of those.
Yeah, so this year we're trying to curate more panels throughout the year on a monthly basis. So April, we plan to do a staged screen reading. So the top 3 finalists from our last year's contest get to read their scripts with local actors. Wow. So we're planning that. And then we're also going to collaborate with Tech Fest that's going on in June. So that's some of the things that we're working on.
Yeah, I know you can't give me too much, but you
I
gave me
know.
something. You gave me something. So where can people learn more about the organization and the event?
Everything that I just talked about with the deadlines and everything, afmxnm.com.
Kira, thank you so much for
Thank
joining me.
you,
I'm so
Teresa.
excited to finally meet you and talk more about the
Likewise.
organization.
Yeah, let's see what we can do.
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you so much.
We'll be back. Keith Allen West is a dynamic, complex, and authentic actor with quick-witted humor and timing. His latest project, Stage and Screen, combines all those elements with his love of theater. He's here to tell us more about it. Keith, it is great to have you here.
It's been a while,
It
so
has.
thank you.
I'm so happy you're here. So for those who have been living under a rock, have not seen you around town, tell us all how you got started in the business.
Well, I have always wanted to be an actor my entire life. And every place I went, I lived in New Orleans, they film a lot. I lived in Santa Cruz, California, they film a lot. I grew up in Ohio where they don't film a lot. So I never actually thought it could be a career until, of course, I end up here. And then I thought, well, if I want to start acting as a 50-something white guy, it makes more sense to start in a smaller market because here there's only 500 white guys going out for my role, right?
Yes.
In LA, there's 50,000 white guys.
You bring it down.
Yeah. So that worked to kind of get me into the industry. Last year I moved to Placitas, New Mexico, which is 41 minutes north from here according to GPS. And when I moved there, they were talking about needing radio show hosts. Wow. And I was like, radio show hosts? I've not done that. I'm witty and funny. So it's a community radio station, which we do have to be careful about the 7 words George Carlin says we can't say because FCC does regulate us. So that was a learning thing for me. My background is New Orleans, is jazz, they've got all that covered. So I thought, nobody's doing a show around musicals.
And Stage and Screen was
Stage
born.
and Screen was born,
So
right?
tell us a little bit about it.
So I love musicals. For me, my life should be a musical. I don't sing or write music, so that's a problem. But I appreciate music and the emotions that go with it. So I thought that would be fun. And I also didn't want to just do, like most of the radio shows are on there are like radio, right? There's like a set, and then you talk about what you just listened to, and then there's a set. I wanted to mix in my snarky commentary, like, you know, what happened when the show got started, where it came from, all those kind of things.
Yeah.
So I came up with every week we do a theme. So one show was about animals, so it was songs about animals or by animals, right? And then I remember loving those songs where they kind of sing back and forth to each other and kind of overlap.
Yeah.
So I looked up all those songs I like, and I learned it's called a counterpoint song. I didn't know what that was, but now we do, right? So it's just fun to do. And what I have found, those of us that are extreme creatives, if we don't have a place to channel our creativity, we make bad decisions.
Yeah.
Like emailing our agent at 2 in the morning about why we could never work again, and I don't want to be an actor, right? So what I thought would be good for me as a dyslexic, ADD, bitter gay man was that if I had a show every week at 7 where I could go and do an hour show live, that gives me something to look forward to work on the brain with, all that fun stuff.
Yes.
That also, when you're an artist, you don't get a lot of that standard schedule. So it's just been like a great outlet to do. The Placitas, I'm actually young for Placitas, in case you didn't know that. Yeah, I'm one of the young hot dudes in town. So the thing I really love is when when I do the show, like the other day, somebody called in during my show. I don't know what to do with that. But they were leaving a message about like, I don't like musicals. I never listen to musicals, but now you've got me liking musicals. And I was like,
that is awesome.
it's like the gay agenda, right? Like I'm gonna get toasters for turning these people into musical lovers. So it's just been fun.
Yeah, that's great to hear. So when it comes, I mean, you've now done film, television, stage, now on radio. What do you prefer?
I am always gonna be in front of the camera guy, okay? It's vanity. It is. I want to be seen. I've tried to be just a voiceover actor, and I was like, what do you mean it's going to be a cartoon and they won't see me? So radio is fun because it's also streamed. So we're a low power station. If you're not within 5 miles of our tower, you're not going to pick us up on your radio.
Yeah.
But you can stream it on the website. And then there's a 2-week archive. So I was like, okay, then people can like go and listen to what I've done. It kind of just all fell into place.
So really quick, we already know you got the radio station going on. Any upcoming projects?
Working on one with a couple of friends. You know, we're always trying to write things and, you know, do things, but it's just that constant process. Lots of auditioning,
Yep.
which actors hate, but I love.
Well, where can people learn more about you and what's going on?
Of course, you can look for the DUI, no, not the arrests. I'm sorry. No, not. KeithAllenWest.com. Any of the social media, you know, @Keith Allen West, that kind of thing.
Okay.
And you can check the FCC fines to see if I said one of the words. It's only 25 grand if I say the wrong word, so I feel like we're okay.
We're on public
Yeah.
access, so you don't really have to worry about that. There you go.
No, just me.
Okay, thank you so much for coming on
My
again. It's so good
pleasure.
to see you.
Anytime.
And we'll keep an eye on you.
Thank you.
We'll be back.
Staring at her pretty pictures. I'm sick wondering how you kissed her. I bet she never scrolls through mine. She's too cool to find the time. The bassist asked me for my number. I said I've got a boyfriend. He said, what a lucky guy. I couldn't help myself but cry. Halloween was not your scene, but I
Crystle Gallegos' love of horses and film is the backbone for her business, 841 Horse Experiences. We're happy to have her here on the show to tell us more about it. Crystle, thank you for joining us tonight to talk more about your business. So, how did you get involved in the film community?
So in the film community, I have always been in the entertainment industry since I was a little girl. My parents actually had a family band called Family Affair. So I've just always been in music, film, everything like that. So getting into the film industry, I just sort of jumped on into it when I realized that I love to be a performer through singing, acting, any of that stuff. And so, yeah, that's how I got into the film industry.
And now you are working in the film industry through horses, having your business. So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so 841 Horse Experiences is the name of our business. We do have a variety of programs in it, but specifically we have a film program where we do workshops or classes, seminars on healing the inner actor, helping the inner actor come out as an authentic person and creation of a character, not just just something on paper, but really feeling it and moving through it. And we do that with the work of horses. And then we also teach actors how to ride. And we also teach crew members how to be safe filming around horses.
So why do you love this particular type of work?
I love this particular type of work because I think it marries two types of energies that are very powerful. I think film and entertainment is really important to people. And I think that it is really important because it tells a story. It helps you to heal in some ways. It helps you to relax or to feel an emotion. It's a movement of emotion. And horses are one of the most healing creatures on earth. And so when you take horses that have a lot of healing power to them, they can really help heal our souls and who we are as a person, but they can also teach us things like compassion, how to believe in ourselves, how to have more confidence in ourselves. So marrying the two together actually gives us a very magical empowerment to be who we need to be in an authentic and beautiful manner.
Just very quickly, I want to talk about an event you have coming up, The Inner Voice. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, I'm putting together The Inner Voice, which is going to be really awesome. It's going to be at my little mini ranch, and it's not going to be riding horses, but we're going to be out with the horses. and we're going to be executing our volume of voice, finding that power within us, and also to understand where there might be some blocks for actors that they keep hitting a wall, and how to overcome it, and how to just really grow as a person from the inside out, and using our voices, our throat chakra, to empower our careers and where we're going in our success.
That sounds great. So, where can people find out more about you and where they can learn more about your business?
Right now, the website is under construction because we're doing a lot of really awesome updates to it. So the website may not be able to find, but you could still Google us on Google, which is 841 Horse Experiences. You can also find us on Facebook on the personal side, which is Daisy Marie, and that is for one of our horses. And then you can find us on Instagram at crystlesky.com, so crystle.sky. And then we just created a new Instagram for 841 Horse Experiences Worldwide. That one is still, it's active. It just doesn't have much on it because we're still creating a lot of stuff for that.
Yep, a lot of build-up for this. Well, Crystle, thank you so much for telling us about your business, and we are excited to see what you have coming up.
We're excited to meet you guys. Thank you.
Yes. We'll be back. The Vortex Theater has provided New Mexico with quality theater experiences, creating over 500 different productions in its intimate black box theater. We're glad to have the cast of Lion Island and the director of Hamlet to discuss their upcoming shows. Thank you, everyone, for joining us this evening. Really excited to hear what's going on at the Vortex. I want to start with the history of the theater. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Sure. The theater was founded in 1976 by David Richard Jones, who was a professor of theater and English at UNM, and his friend Joe Toulouse. And it has been producing approximately 10 shows a year since 1976. We're about, therefore, to start our 50th anniversary in 2026.
50 years, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So it's been a staple of this community for a very long time.
It has.
So tonight we're actually here to talk about two productions in particular that are happening right now at the Vortex. And we wanted to start with Hamlet. So you are directing this one.
I am directing Hamlet. I'm very excited about it. People say, Hamlet, and I'm like, yeah. But you know, it's like eating an elephant. You just do it one bite at a time. I do it. I have handled it the way I have handled all my directing projects, which is to find the inner lives of the people that are on stage. My feeling is that if we don't know enough about Hamlet to like him, if we don't see him as a likable person, then we won't care when he comes to this tragic end. So I think it's really important to get all of that backstory, and all of my actors have been really excited about digging deep that way.
And let's talk about them. How has the camaraderie been between the actors on this particular production?
Oh, it's terrific. We have 15 actors involved. Wow. It's a big cast.
Yeah.
And we've been doing things like our dual practice since December. And we're very, very excited about how it's coming together. I think it's going to be a very, very good show. I don't think it's going to be the Hamlet that people have seen before.
Well, it's great. It's something different, so that's always exciting.
Yeah.
And the next production is Lion Island. So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so Lion Island will be through the Vortex, but also at the NHCC Theater, the National Hispanic Cultural Center. And it follows the life of Antonio growing up in Cuba in the 19th century while he's battling different, like the slavery of the Chinos and the Africanos at the time, and like the struggle between that and like wanting to make a difference through his writing. He wants to like fight for the people that he sees in his parents and his mother, and the only way he sees how is through his words.
So you're Antonio.
Yes.
Yes, to point that out.
Yes.
And ladies, please share with us who your characters are in this production.
Well, I'm playing Fan. Fan is a very empowered woman, if you'd like to say it, especially in the time that this play takes place. She inspires to be an opera singer and inspires to travel the world and to do things that women really don't do, which I think is very inspiring for even women to this day and age. But she's a character for sure, and I'm loving diving deep into who she is and why she's doing what she's doing, especially in the time.
And I am playing Antonio's teacher and one of the coolies. We try to be careful with the word coolie because it's a derogatory term in this day and age. But in those times it was a word in reference to an indentured servant. And Ray has directed us in such a way to do that because there's actually 6 of us. So and we are essentially ghosts. So we get to give the history in that way. And also as my role as the teacher, I am the one who gets to instill that idea inside of Antonio that words can be just as powerful as a sword.
Oh, wonderful. Well, these sound like great productions. Tell us where we can learn more about them and where people can purchase tickets.
The Vortex website is vortexabq.org, and you can purchase tickets from there. And then the NHCC website has tickets for the Lion Island performances, which are starting in April. Hamlet starts a week from tomorrow on March 21st.
And you also have another production just very quickly that's going on right now.
We have Rosencrantz and Guildenstern Are Dead, which is a partner piece to Hamlet. Actually, characters from Hamlet are the lead characters in Rosencrantz and Guildenstern Are Dead, and the 2 plays will be in repertory at the Vortex on Carlisle.
Very busy Vortex coming up here. Thank you very much for coming out tonight and telling us about these productions, and we're really excited to see them.
Thank you so much.
We'll be back. This is your New Mexico Entertainment in 60. The Southwest Comic Book and Creator Showcase brings together mainstream and indie creators plus comic and pop culture vendors for a boutique-style event. It takes place on April 5th through the 6th at the Ramada Plaza Hotel in Albuquerque. The Las Cruces International Film Festival showcases the best in independent film across all genres, promoting the film industry in southern New Mexico and the borderlands. The event takes place on April 9th through the 13th in Las Cruces. The Gathering of Nations Powwow is back for another year. The event features dancing, music performances, the Miss Indian World Competition, and the Indian Traders Market. Gathering of Nations runs April 24th through the 26th at Tingley Coliseum in Albuquerque. This has been your New Mexico Entertainment in 60. For more events and entertainment, visit nmentertains.com. Thank you for joining us for this month's episode of New Mexico Entertainment Television, where you continue to be in the know. Join us next month as we cover topics from our May issue, which is our entertainment issue. Have a great night. For more events and entertainment, visit nmentertains.com.